talking with George from Everything Natural too, and George is going to share with us a regimen for people who have been through chemotherapy. Chemotherapy and recovery will be the subject of today, and George has a very good program that he's put together with vitamins and supplements that I've gone through myself. I'm a living proof of it since 2007. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have George explain to you each of the supplements that I take and what has kept me going. All right, so what we could do, George, if you want to start us off and let us know, where we go from the beginning. Somebody that's newly diagnosed and is going to be going through chemo. What can we do for them to help them keep their strength up and keep their spirits up too?
Oh, definitely, Matt. We always like to start out by giving them good cell support, and generally there's been a few different items that we've got a chance to work with over the years that has to do with helping the cells recover from the stress of the chemo and radiation that they've been through. You've been familiar with the Promax supplement, which is it's a functional multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement, but the unique concept behind it is in using unique lipids that help recover damage to the cell membranes of muscle and nerve and organ cells.
Right. Do you have that little picture of the cell with you?
I actually have it up front.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
Yep. You might have one that we could probably put up there and we could point out. I'm not sure.
Definitely. I got one that I could add. So. Definitely.
All right, excellent. But yeah, generally what we're looking at doing is putting good insulation on the structure of the cell so that the damage that occurs with the natural course of aging, and of course with stresses like chemo and radiation, there's more free radical damage that affects our healthy cell. So Promax has that unique characteristic to replace old worn out membranes. The fashionable term is cell membrane replacement, and this is all involved in protecting the little power plants inside our cells that we learned about back in junior high called mitochondria.
Right.
The mitochondria is the power plant of the cell, and we're looking at optimizing energy production from the oxygen we breathe in through respiration, and also the utilization of glucose and triglycerides at the cell level. So Promax is designed to optimize mitochondria function and protect them from the damage that accrued during the chemo and radiation. This allows us to try to get people back from the fatigue states that normally plague them when they're recovering from these types of treatments.
Right.
So Promax is number one. It also contains ingredients like selenium and N-acetylcysteine that raise cellular glutathione, a very important antioxidant to get oxygen to the mitochondria from the cell membrane. I think a lot of our customers are familiar with a nutrient known as coenzyme Q10, which is also part of this matrix. Well, when you have glutathione, the coenzyme Q10 works even better. Just to illustrate, when CoQ10 is dragging oxygen from the cell membrane to the mitochondria, it's doing this on a chain of electrons called the electron transport chain. It looks like little ladders, and these little ladders are established by selenium and N-acetylcysteine. Promax contains all these necessary ingredients to give our bodies the opportunity to make better energy. So that's the Promax.
I know for myself, I know what you just said may have gone over people's heads a little bit, but I know anybody that's watching this or listening, I can tell you that if I got a lot to do in a day, I take a pack in the morning, I take a pack in the afternoon, and it gives me the energy to keep going. So the key here is that you can take more than one pack and keep your energy level up, and you don't have to worry about getting that fatigue that you feel, because I know some days if I run around too much during the day and then you want to do something in the evening, you just don't have the energy. But I find that if I take the Promax, in the morning, and then I take one in the afternoon, I can continue. The energy level stays there.
No question, Matt. Typical daily dose of Promax is 1 pack in the morning, 1 pack in the mid to late afternoon before meals. It's generally a very simple approach to take for most people because it travels so well. Promax is distributed in little individual packets that have 4 tablets and 2 soft gels in them.
Right.
The tablets contain all the vitamins and minerals and the phospholipids and the stalk gel is going to be the coenzyme Q10 and the fish oil. Very nice concept and very convenient for people to work into their day.
Sure.
So, fabulous way to help people get back on that road to reducing fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other supplements I like to complement with that are the proteolytic enzymes and the biocurcumin, which are really powerful anti-inflammatories that help the body reduce the inflammation load that blocks energy flow in the body. If we can reduce inflammation, we're going to feel better in our muscles and joints. Our blood viscosity is going to be of better quality to travel better to our extremities. And for our purposes in dealing with our clientele in a heading towards remission with cancer, you have the studies done on curcumin that help turn off cancer cells so they don't keep replicating. And with the proteolytic enzymes, these are like Pac-Men in the body that work in blood. Exactly, from our favorite game, back in childhood. When you have proteolytic enzymes around, we're looking at grinding up inflammation and grinding up the protective barrier on a cancer cell. So cancer cells have a unique protein membrane similar to that of an eggshell, where a healthy cell has a bilayered phospholipid or a fatty acid membrane. So one of the characteristics that a cancer cell uses to protect itself is this eggshell membrane. Enzymes that are proteolytic, just like the name implies, digest the protein membrane and exposes the cancer to the immune system.
Very good.
Which brings us to our next supplement known as Coriolis.
Right.
A wonderful mushroom that we've used with your protocol, Matt.
Yep.
Which helps elevate natural killer cells.
Sure.
So, on one hand, we have our body's ability to digest the cancer cell membrane and expose it to the immune system. The other supplements driving up natural killer cells, looking to identify these unhealthy cells and quarantine them and begin the die-off process.
Sure.
So that's a fabulous approach. We also want to mention how important vitamin D3 is to having an individual's levels above 50 on their blood test. We always look to do that. We always want to have that checked before we start any program to make sure that the vitamin D load we have the customer on fits their program correctly.
Right. Now you got me thinking. Now I got to go and look at my last blood test to see where the number is.
Yeah, vitamin D should be between 50 and 100. That's an ideal zone to be in. And we also want to make sure that we're staying alkaline. That's always been a topic of much discussion when it comes to nutraceutical treatment for any type of disease. We always need to have proper pH. And for our listening audience out there, pH means potential hydrogen. So when we take in good mineral content, like potassium-rich fruits, magnesium-rich leafy greens, we're able to drive hydrogen ions out of our muscle and nerve and organ cells, allowing the cell to be more alkaline, where oxygen can come in and be converted into ATP, which is the energy used by the cell to make another healthy cell. We love a product that we sell by Trace Minerals Research called Concentrace,
right,
which is a series of 72 trace minerals that's designed to buffer and alkalize the cell environment. So that finishes off our protocol for helping our clients regain better balance within their health.
Sure.
And help alleviate that fatigue that comes about from treatments associated with chemo and radiation.
Sure. I think one of the other things we'll have to touch on for another episode will be eating right. I know that'll be a whole program in itself, eating right for their blood type. I know that's a program that you had introduced to me when I first came to see you, and I still follow that, not as religiously as I should, because, we all like sweets every now and then, but I follow it as much as I can, and just by changing those eating habits, it's amazing, but I can tell if I eat something that is not beneficial, I can feel it right away. If I eat something with too much sugar in it or too carbohydrated or whatever, I can immediately feel the bad reactions to it.
We'll make plans to do a future podcast on eating right for your blood type. And, when it comes to this particular protocol of helping people regain their health following chemo and radiation. Very important for the listening audience to make it a point to eat organically. Try to drive as much raw organic fruits and leafy green vegetables within their daily routine. I always tell people to try to strive for about 50% of your daily calories should come from raw organic foods that are not cooked, because they're just loaded with enzymes.
Sure.
And it takes so much pressure off the digestive environment so we can have better energy for the day. Very, very important. And blood typing is something that I think individuals can put to work for themselves to help their bodies just work better with specific proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, and what's the best fruits and vegetables and cooking oils to use based on their blood type.
Right.
Very important moving forward. And when you put a specific diet plan together with the supplements we just talked about, people really position themselves to have a lot of potential to regain their health very quickly.
Sure. Now, I know what I have on my website, Cancer Patient Gift Store, I have a link that people will be able to download the report that you and I put together, a chemotherapy and recovery report. That's a $30 report, but they'll get that for free just because they listened to us today. And they'll go there and they can download that for free. And along with that, they'll also get a keyword that they'll be able to tell you that'll let you give them a free 30-minute consultation. And what I'd like for you to do is just let everybody know where they can get in touch with you, your email and your phone number. So if they have any other questions, they can reach out to you.
Definitely, Matt. Everybody out there is watching can email me at george@everythingnatural2. That's spelled with a TOO.com. Or they can call us at the shop. Our shop phone number is 609-655-1666. And store hours are 9:30 to 6:30, Monday through Friday, 10 to 4 on Saturday.
And you do get rest on Sunday.
I get to rest and get some good workouts in on
Right.
Sunday.
All right, great. Very good. All right, thanks, George. And what do we have next week? What are we going to talk about next week?
Next podcast, we're going to be getting after age-related fatigue and how we can set our bodies up to influence better energy channels through diet and specific protocol that we've designed.
Great. I'm looking forward to it. All right, talk to you soon.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.